Okay. Hey guys, long time no see. How's it going? Um, Sorry about how long it's been since I've streamed and whatnot. It is just typical everyday stuff. I've been through school. The spring semester was high key beating my ass. And on top of that, I'm at work. Well, not right now. Like, I'm at home. But, like, work has also contributed to the inactivity because of how many hours I've been doing. We're getting ready for Juneteenth, and I work at a Black History museum, so just imagine that. So yeah, but we're gonna get started because I haven't drawn on stream in a while. Also, you know about me starting late and eating and stuff. But right now I am working on a commission by Atlas Isarius. Actually, I gotta ask him how to pronounce his last name now that I think about it. Actually, give me just a moment because there's something else I have to. No, give me just a moment. Um, okay. Hey, Rosette, how's it going? Sorry I started late. I needed to take a nap because I had a headache. Also, thank you for the head pat. Pretty much, I was talking about like why I was gone for a bit because it was mainly school and work and stuff. But it's whatever. We'll get through today. I'm here now. I'm pretty much. Oh, cool. What video games are you playing? Also, thanks. These poses have been something else to deal with. I low key cry. It's not necessarily like part of it was the pose, and part of it was like realizing that I'm a bit too stiff and stuff. And that's partially because I've gotten so used to tracing the bodies and altering afterwards. When honestly, I should be Withering Waves, giving it a try until Genshin updates to 5.0. Gotcha. Oh yeah, everybody and their mom's been raving about that one. I still don't know what Wuthering Wave is about because I haven't touched it. I don't think I'm going to touch any of Hoyo versus games because they're kind of not the type of gacha that I like. Because the gacha I tend to like are the fashion ones. Actually, there's something that I need to look up. I'm trying to find an arm muscle thing. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's cool. Well, let's hope that the competition will be well. Yesterday, Genshin update Resident Finance to 200, wish it was 240 though. Ah, gotcha. Well, I hope that it'll advance further. Who knows? I wouldn't necessarily say that, because feel bad because Zenless coming out that you can that they paid their animators because of how fluid the characters look. Oh, the reason why. Okay, so I would be half and half with saying that because it really depends. Because sometimes I feel like a lot of animators, even when they're not paid, they still do well because they love the craft, which I think is like a bad habit. Because I understand having pride enough in your work to still do well despite the things, but I would like intentionally make it look like shit if I wasn't getting paid. But I hope that they're paying their animators well regardless. Yeah. Because, like, I think about Across the Spider-Verse and Mappa Studios. And it's true, might be more of the department head for each team that is slacking on making gameplay. But I still tried playing Hydro Dragon Story Plus and gameplay. Gotcha. Did we have this conversation, or did I have this conversation with another person about how, like, one of the character designs that stays good consistently are the dragon ones? But to be honest, it's kind of hard to fuck up a dragon. But, hold on, I was thinking, I think I lost my train of thought. No problem. Only problem I have with Neutral is the Hydro Dragon is the final escape with each other. You have Sky Hydro, so I want to see that. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's the French one, isn't he? He's the French one. Also wish Rhea had tan skin like Rhea like it. What I mainly cared about is him having a face scar, because apparently they got rid of that. Like, I remember when he first came out and he started trending and he had a face scar at the time. And then I found out that they got rid of his face scar and I was just like, huh, I don't care anymore. What ass did he have in the first place? It's kind of a joke that I have with Genshin characters. Because people are like, this character is so thick. And I'm like, where? Most of the characters that are allowed to be thick are like the background dudes in Sumo. And even then, that's like, maybe I was spoiled because I've seen a lot of Guilty Gear. I was watching a lot of people play Guilty Gear before I knew about what Genshin was. And then as a JoJo fan, I also feel like I've been spoiled. To be honest, that's fair. I'm at a point where with Genshin, I can't. I know. Like, I'm at a point when it comes to companies like that. If they wanted to, they would. And if they don't care, I'm no longer going to care. Like, I'll always care about inclusion in media. But it's more like I don't care for, like, the companies that aren't willing to try. It's frustrating, right? But I can only be frustrated for so long before it's, like, personally detrimenting. I'm not even giving up. It's more like I'm just acknowledging a lack of care. Supposed to be based on indigenous folks, but which indigenous folks? That was cool. Oh yeah, you're still working on that project with trying to improve the different designs and stuff, right? Are you gonna come out with a video for it? Oh, cool. Well, let me know how it goes. And I can also send the link around and stuff because I like seeing redesigns. I still gotta work on my Ruby redesign series because of how, it's just been hard because part of it has been school. The other part of it was because Yang is really hard for me. She has a lot of colors that I usually don't use. And also her style is different from a lot of the characters I tend to draw. So there's that. But I'm going to try to get her out, like, due to last video. In July. And I guess it kind of works, even though it's taken so damn long, because this year is the year of the dragon, and July is the hottest month of the year. So it works out a bit. I'm not the biggest fan of people saying fix because, like, even though there are designs I don't like, right? Who knows what was going on in production's mind with that or whatever. Like, it did what it was supposed to do, I guess. Um, and also, some fans tend to be very touchy whenever you say fix because some people, like, unconditionally love a piece. And it's just like, no, this isn't great. And I feel like that's okay to acknowledge. But I still won't use the word fix because, you know, that's still a fellow artist and stuff. Something that kind of bothers me, though, when it comes to, like, talks about other artists and, like, people disliking the art of, like, a show, there's, like, a lot of people in studios who take those dislikes very personally, and I feel like it's half and half. There are definitely some fans who are, like, very removed from the creative process, and some of the stuff that they say about creators when they don't know what the fuck is going on is very heinous and inconsiderate, right? At the same time, though, I don't understand. Me as a creator, if I'm working for, like, a studio or something, there isn't, like, I understand there's, like, a sense of pride because you have an art career and stuff, but at the same time, this is, like, media that is sent to the public. People aren't obligated to like your stuff. And I feel like whenever people talk shit about, like, art, like, say for Velma, for example, a lot of the people didn't like the art for Velma. I personally don't. And folks are just like, y'all shouldn't be making fun of artists' work and stuff, and yet y'all have the nerve to call yourself professionals. And I'm just like, just because they're another artist doesn't mean that I have to unconditionally support whatever the fuck they make. Not to mention, studio work is often a glorified commission for people with no imagination. Why the hell would I hype that up? Like, what am I supposed to say? I'm, like, proud that you satisfied a customer, I guess. And, like, they did satisfy a customer because Warner Bros. Executives do lack imagination. And that's why the Velma show is so shit. So, like, congratulations. You did what you had to do, I guess. But, like, I don't know. I don't think, like, I feel like if we're going to make fun of the art, I guess say that the executives have no imagination. So that removes artists from being insulted, and it directs it towards the problem, which is executives, right? Or at least that's how I feel about it. That's how I feel. Yeah, that's the frustrating part about it. Hmm. And I guess that's the very frustrating part about it, because like on one hand, audience members are the ones that you expect to see it. Did I accidentally fuse it? Accidentally fused it. Audience members are the ones who are expected to pay for this stuff. So what they do to... Oh, it's coming in about a minute 50 in a minute and a half. Did the redeem even play? I don't think I heard it.
Today we're here to teach you a secret magic word. You ready for this? Now everybody, 一緒に here we go. Hello Kitty, 바라가리, Hello Kitty, 오이시. Hello Kitty, 바라가리, Hello Kitty, 오이시. Hello Kitty, 바라가리.
It's on process. It was probably because I forgot to update it before I started the stream again. Let's see how that goes. But what was I thinking about?
Oh my god.
Okay, have fun. Oh, I know something else I could talk about. You can listen as I'm streaming or as I'm rambling. So today I had a conversation with somebody on Twitter, and nicely enough, there was no bullshit. That helps. I love it when there's no bullshit involved. The conversation was about like Anne Rice's interview with a vampire, because everybody and their mom is like blowing up about that show. Like people are calling it peak queer fiction because they got dudes sucking and fucking in there. And I'm like, good for them. I'm not gonna watch it. Oh, lower my music just a bit. Okay. How about now? Do I sound more clear? Raise a tiny bit. Okay. How about now? Yay! Honestly, I probably should have done a sound check before I got in here. Cause like, okay, I got a new set of headphones. Headphones. And it has like a built-in mic into it. And like my audio sounds a lot more clear than my previous stuff. Because at first I was using like wireless earbuds. At the same time, even though it's clear, sometimes it could be too quiet. I cry. The endless struggle of streaming. But yeah, what happened was I was dealing with what I was dealing with on Twitter. Pretty much, I don't want to watch it. I'm happy for the ones who do watch it and have a good time. But I kind of don't care. Because, like, I know that Interview with a Vampire is about a toxic relationship, which isn't the bad part, right? But, like, it's not mutually toxic. It has a lot of power dynamics involved because Lestat is a bitch. And, And the other character, Lewis, Lestat ends up dragging around a lot to mistreat. And what they did was they changed Lewis's race in order to make it more inclusive. And it's like, okay, so the thing about the original Interview with a Vampire, like the book that the movie and now the new adaptation is based on, it's vehemently racist. Like, Anne Rice is a racist piece of shit. And this isn't to go against people for like doing, I'm not saying that nobody can consume problematic media and stuff, because like at some point I do plan on doing like a series about Dracula, and yeah, just make it good. Apparently it is good. I just don't care for it because like I want to see a black man dragged around by his French white boyfriend and constantly like cycling between like the romance and then having his life ruined by this guy, and then considering that Lestat's dad owned slaves. It's like very, it's just some stuff that I'm not willing to deal with. My problem with a lot of, I wouldn't have it. I don't think that Lestat should be Latino, because like Lestat's whole thing is that he's a French aristocrat that has benefited from exploitation, and that's how he's been able to do vampire stuff for a bit. Like, my problem, I don't like race bending when it comes to, particularly when it comes to historical pieces, because like people have this weird thing where they want to have like proximity. There are abs. Oh, the ad is going on. I'll wait. Hold on. Okay, welcome back from the commercial break. So like my issue with I say it actually did not do well. With Castlevania, I like a lot of the characters and stuff, but my issue when it comes to race and racial inclusion and like historical dramas is how people tend to pick and choose about what history they care about with some things. Like Bridgerton and Castlevania and a couple of others have this issue where they don't care about historical accuracy when it comes to anything else because it's a fantasy, right? But whenever they include a person of color, particularly a black person, they're just like, yes, we have to explain why they're there and we have to involve slavery. And like what Interview with a Vampire, because like that's the thing with both Isaac and Annette. With, and even though I consider Isaac to be one of the best written characters, it's still a bit annoying that like our existence has to be it has to be justified and it has to involve our trauma somehow, which I find very annoying and careless. But let's see. When it comes to Interview with the Vampire, what the creator wanted to do was do an adaptation that actually talks about the racism and stuff, because Interview with the Vampire is a very influential vampire piece that suffers from the romanticizing of the South. Like, there's this one weird issue with a lot of American vampire authors romanticizing the South and stuff, and it's very rare that you see like Southern vampires involved and slavery being involved and it being a form of critique than romanticism. I can't even say stop including trauma, right? Stop including trauma when you don't care about historical accuracy when it comes to anything else. Because I don't necessarily mind the social commentary and stuff. What I do mind is that the only ones who are like suffering in a sense are black characters, and it's like in the form of racialized trauma. There's no reason why Bridgerton had to do all of that. Yeah, because there's no reason why Bridgerton had to do all of that when they don't give a fuck about like how the Regency period was anyways. Because they're literally playing Vitamin String Quartet versions of Thank You Next by Ariana Grande. They're the costume design is far from historically accurate. They're going off of vibes, and now with the newest season that's coming out, focusing on Penelope. Um, they still do it. I mentioned Annette. Annette is a character who's from the Caribbean, and she she's from the Caribbean, and this is during the Rococo period, during the time around the French Revolution. And honestly, that's my only gripe with Castlevania. This isn't to say that the black characters still don't have satisfying storylines, because like I said, Isaac is like the best character in the original Castlevania. Hey Atlas! I'm talking about the conversation that I ended up having on Twitter earlier today about Interview with a Vampire and stuff, because I keep beating around the bush. We keep talking about like race and relations, but I didn't talk about like how that related to the conversation. Pretty much my issue with the Interview with a Vampire thing, I have a problem with being like, oh, this show reconciles the racism by actually commenting on it, but I feel like it's not really effective, because at the end of the day, you're still doing an adaptation for you're still doing an adaptation for a work that's like notorious for that problem. I feel like you can commentate on it without directly benefiting that IP. Because even though Anne Rice is dead, she's only been dead since 2002. She's only been dead since 2002, so her work isn't even public domain, so her estate is still publicly benefiting from that. That's perspective. Free transform. I feel like I did this wrong. I need to lean things a little bit more. But my issue isn't that this is an Anne Rice adaptation, or that it's trying to commentate on the romanticism of the South and how that plays into Lestat and Lewis's dynamics by making Lewis a black man. But at the same time, I'm kind of tired of like queer gothic fans in particular. Stop recommending these pieces of literature as like peak queer fiction without telling people that there's xenophobia and racism in there. Because like whenever I tell people about Bram Stoker, I'm upfront about, because I like Dracula because it's such an iconic piece of media, and stuff, but I'm still fully aware of its issues. I'm not gonna sit here and recommend the portrait of Dorian Gray to people and not warn them about the violent anti-Semitism that's present in there. Right. I feel like a lot of white LGBT folks um don't care about other forms of marginalization, which is how they're able to gloss over the racism while still jock riding how gay it is. Even though the like violent racism definitely affects the reader's experience. Like imagine being the minority that's being mistreated in the story, right? And here you are hyped up that you're being represented sexuality wise, but then you find out that and then you find out that the vibe is very different and you're literally being alienated within the piece and stuff. That's sort of how I felt about Harry Potter, honestly, because I like the movies and stuff, and a lot of people were telling me, "Oh, Harry Potter is fun," and then you open up Harry Potter, and there's like a whole segment where Hermione is trying to free the slaves, and she's literally made fun of and treated as an inconvenience for doing so. And mind you, this was after like the Black Hermione thing. I didn't like the Black Hermione thing, honestly, because I'm like, if J.K. Rowling wanted to make Hermione black, then she would have already. And I'm glad that she did it because the way that she writes other characters of color is very racist, like Cho Chang and stuff. I don't like it. Some pieces of media I don't need to be represented in because if I see the way that other people are treated, I don't want to be treated that way. Like, I feel like a lot of people are so concerned with being seen and validated within media that they sort of forget that it's not enough to simply be there. It's also about like how you're treated at the function. Yeah, the queen has returned. How's it going, Damien? Okay. I've been doing all right. I was talking about a conversation that I had earlier today on Twitter because it was nice. It was nice because pretty much it was talking about. I'm gonna summarize because if I try explaining it again, then it'll end up being longer again, and I don't want to sound like a broken record. Pretty much, it was talking about Interview with a Vampire, and I was talking about my fatigue with like queer goth spaces that sort of put some of these works on a pedestal for the queerness while simultaneously neglecting to warn people about some of the problems and stuff. Okay, so you saw. And like I said before in that conversation, I don't have a problem with people talking about yeah. I don't have a problem with people like consuming quote unquote problematic media and stuff because especially when it comes to stuff like Anne Rice and um Dracula and Picture of Dorian Gray and even Jekyll and Hyde and stuff. Those are very iconic pieces of media and a lot of gothic culture, not just with like gothic literature, but also like goth culture as a whole was very much about like gender fuckery and defying social norms with sexual expression and da 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 da. But at the same time, I wish that people were like willing to talk about the Eurocentrism of it, or at least like hype up gothic pieces that don't have white proximity. I don't know, but it's whatever. And that conversation did help me think about what I wanted to write about because, like, okay, I plan on doing a bunch of different video essays later this year because I really like media analysis and I like character design. What the crap happened to? I thought I made a folder of references. Where is it? I gotta find my folder of references. Give me a moment. Is that all I saved? I thought I saved the concept art pieces as well. I did not. Okay. Time for me to go online and look for Pillar Man references because I thought that I saved the outfit refs. But later this year I'm going to do more video essays, like starting with finishing the Ruby redesign series because for those who don't know, I do have a YouTube channel where I do like speed paints and stuff, but it's been so long because like school has been beating my ass. School has been beating my ass, so it's been hard out here. It's not delivery, it's the struggle. But okay. What the video essays that I want to do specifically, right? I want to finish the Ruby redesign series with Yang, maybe with a bonus video where I do like additional redesigns. Thank you. And then I want to do. Okay, so I save a CDC. I need to save Cars if I could find him. Like, please. I'm trying to find him, please. Okay, I got Cars. Damn it, it's a WE. Let's see if that'll actually show up. I think that when Clip Studio Paint updated, they now show the WEBP thing. Also, thanks for the blessing. It's really hard for me to find a good shot, like a good full body shot of Wamu, and I don't know why. I'm scared. Like, please, I just want to live. Like, honestly, I just want a full body pic. Maybe I should look into video games? There's a good torso shot of a video game, or maybe look at the action figurine. That'll help. Okay. Um. Yeah, those were the topics of conversation that me and Rose were having before you got here. We're talking about like video games and Genshin's character designs. I say that with Genshin when it comes to their dragon characters, they're consistently decent. Okay, now we got the references we need. Who am I gonna start with? I think I'll start with Senju. So, like, for those who don't know, I'm drawing 3 VTubers as the Pillar Men. I already got the background done. I feel like the other characters get moolah as well, just differently. But no, this is the background. This is like my first time doing a full blown background because like backgrounds are hard. Actually, no, it's not necessarily my first time because when I made a summer outfit, I ended up doing well with that. But I wasn't quite as satisfied because I was still playing around with texture and I still didn't know what the hell I was doing. I cry. Thank you. Let's see. Hat. But what was I trying to say? Oh yeah, I almost forgot. So the video essays, I want to do Ruby redesign, and then the other video is just gonna be like additional redesigns that I thought of, but didn't want to do like a whole segment for it about research and whatnot. Um, no, because I didn't want to do all of that. And then after that, I want to do a video series on VTubing and like my ideas of the media. Did the music stop? The music stopped. Actually, I'll be back. I'll be back, guys. I got a bit of an emergency.
True. Always true. Find a way, and then always true. Always true.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Actually, okay, so forget that that message exists because I'm actually making a new server. I'm making a new server. Don't go to that link. I'm pretty much shutting down the old one. I thought I forgot to get rid of that timer. But welcome back. Thank you for your patience. Also, did Hattie come in? Oh, hey, Hattie. How's it been? I need to give him a ceremony. I'm doing alright. I feel like I need to move the face down a bit. Because the CDC is more so looking down than looking up. But I'm doing good. Right now, I'm drawing the Pillarmen, or I'm drawing some VTubers I know as the Pillarmen. It's kind of been a little bit of hell trying to get there because of, like, work. We love capital. No, we don't. Okay, Herlin. That's better. Maybe. Okay, it'll be fine. It's gonna be covered with a hat anyway. I just wanted a frame of reference. Oh, oh no, I do all of that only to be like, yeah, it's whatever. But banger alert! Talking about the song, yeah. Apparently, Panty and Stocking is getting a sequel. So, and apparently, I hope that Teddy Lloyd will still be on the next one. I'm not gonna watch it. Because I'm like, get rid of the donut, but, and I'll consider. Maybe. Maybe. Right? But, I am gonna listen to the soundtrack because I like Teddy Lloyd. Actually, I don't know if they're actually gonna do the season 2, or is it just gonna be a remaster of season 1? Because I remember seeing a picture with like some gradient shading on it. Who knows? But have fun lurking. I was saying something before I left. I almost forgot. Okay, let me actually finish, cause I keep starting things and then I get sidetracked. I cry. I'm like, come on, chat. Y'all are supposed to be my captain's log, but the kind of video essays I was gonna do. Ruby redesign. And then I was gonna do like a mini series on VTubing and like some of my critiques of the field and like some of the social determinants that create that kind of environment. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Shift. Stop. Shift. Okay. And then after that, I do want to do like a video series on Dracula because what I want to do is, the original Dracula was pretty much anti-immigration propaganda, so I'm going to use the story as a means to talk about immigrant experiences in like late Victorian London. I'm not going to talk too much about it because I don't want to like ruin the surprise. I don't want to ruin the surprise. That's a horseshoe? What is it? Amulet. Pet amulet. That helps. I wonder if they ended up changing him. Or is this maybe for the manga? And they ended up changing his look later. Earrings. One thing that's somewhat nice about the Pillarman designs is that I don't have a lot that I need to draw. Sort of. Because, they don't wear a lot of clothing. Oh, this is when they first awaken, now that I think about it. Okay. That was the problem. They end up changing into different clothes once they get out. Because I was just like, something is wrong. It sends you, his hair puffs are a lot bigger. Then I gotta make sure not to forget the horns, honestly. But I didn't forget his horns. Oh, horns. Then I'll adjust the hat from there. Let me flip. Further up on this way. Thanks for the posture check, Cephidae. No scripted. Oh yeah, I do need to make put in more of those shout out commands. Let's see. But how's it going, Cephidae? What do you mean? Oh, I forgot the E. No, I forgot the N. I'm gonna cry. Born to stream, doomed to stuff. Definitely. I'm glad that I'm interesting enough to show up to. Sometimes I worry. Especially like when, okay, sometimes whenever I draw, I like lock in and I forget that there are other people here. So I'm sorry if I end up neglecting y'all. Should I give him one? That is Senju's signature, at least one of them. We're gonna give him glasses, guys. Damn it, SP. Okay, I'll hydrate. Okay, I'll save it in just a minute. Let me make this layer. Yeah, and I appreciate it. I gotta be mindful not to make the lenses too big. Like, okay, I like big lenses. I actually like big lenses. As Vivian knows from when I would draw their OC Bakura. Who is who? Okay, so, sorry. Let me put this in the middle, I guess. Yes, apply transformation. Deselect. So. Yeah. So with the Pillarmen, right? Stop. You got Cephidae on the right, Wamu in the middle, and Cars on the left. So you got Senju on the right, Pharaoh in the middle, and Atlas on the left. And honestly, yeah, I can see it because this is what Atlas wanted for the thing, and I can see it because Wamu's hair, the way that his style is sort of reminiscent of the crown that Pharaoh usually wears in the city. Cephidae got the big ass puff. And I guess since Atlas is the leader and this since he's ordering the commission, he gets to be the leader. I guess his locks, the way that it like trails behind him and stuff, that could be sort of reminiscent of Cars since they both wear purple. It works. But yeah. But yeah, you already know I like big glasses. And I cannot lie. Okay. Got used to the big lenses since they were. Yeah. Maybe we could have alternate looks where he wears that. What if we did like a steampunk sort of thing? Cause like, okay, I think the reason why I ended up reading it as like normal glasses thing is not just my preferences, but because your style is more of a chibi, so I thought that you made it like smaller and peanut style to be stylistically consistent. I should have asked more questions. What happens when we don't ask questions, guys? It's weird how our little headcanons of each other's ugliest shaped things. Because I was just like, what kind of woman does Bakura like physically? And you were like, he likes tummy. And I'm like, because, like, okay, you know those VTuber posts? That's just like, everybody share your tummy, right? And, like, every tummy is a tummy, right? But, like, whenever I hear somebody say that they like tummy, I usually think fat. So, sometimes whenever people do those threads of, like, everybody show your tummy, I get a bit confused because I'm like, all I see is abs or flat and stuff. I'm like, where the fat bitches at? I want to see them. I want to see them. Because remember when we were originally going to go the Cruella route and make her like tall and wiry? Now she's just small and round. Yeah, I misinterpreted it. That's on me. Because, like, originally we were going to go the traditional Cruella route. I wasn't going to make her, like, look, quote-unquote, ugly because, I don't like the idea of making evil characters ugly all the time. You could definitely have some ugly-looking evil characters, right? But, like, when you only have ugly-looking evil characters, it creates this really bad, it has some really bad connotations. Or really bad implications and stuff, and I didn't want to perpetuate that. Because like, I didn't even want to make her an old woman. I say when paired to others, it's not necessarily her features herself, but like how, because like, for example, Disney has this thing where villains are allowed to emote a lot more, because when we really look at the spectrum of human emotion and how that physically shows in humans, whether IRL, it's ugly as hell. Like, there's no such thing as a pretty crier, for example, right? There's no such thing as looking pretty when you're upset. And villains are like allowed to show a wider spectrum of emotion, which ends up creating some ugly faces and stuff, because like the way that Cruella looks whenever she's in distress and stuff, it does sell the emotion of distress, but it's also like, even when the main characters are upset, they still look quote unquote pretty or composed. It's also like the way that she pairs next to characters around her. She kind of looks like a vulture to me, because of the way that she sort of hunches over sometimes, and then that on top of the fur coat, it's giving buzzard. She definitely has an appealing design, but the music broke. How the fuck? What is with that? What's going on with Spotify? What's going on, Spotify? Why? Why did you do this? I like how the song is saying that, but Spotify isn't following directions, bitches. But, stop. But, that's sort of what I mean by ugly. Like, the only Disney villain that look quote unquote conventionally attractive are Gaston and Hans. Gaston because he's like commentary on outward appearances and stuff, so he kind of has to look quote unquote hot in order for it to land. And Hans because he's trick bait. So he has to look quote unquote disarming. And I also think that it sort of fits into Disney's like changing, cutesifying aesthetic when it comes to the 3D movies. Everything is a lot more round But like usually whenever it comes to the other Disney villains, they're aged. They have with Cruella, even though you can age due to smoking and stuff, because she's supposed to be the same age as I don't know the owner's name. I know Pongo and Perdita's owner. She's supposed to be the same age. I thought she was her boss, right? Oh yeah, he also somewhat counts. The only thing that makes him quote unquote ugly compared to Tarzan is like I say, the spectrum of emotions when he's like in distress and looking angry and stuff. And also he's older, and that's really it. Ooh, a divine scene. I love that scene. I love that scene. Unironically. Like, we should bring back gruesome deaths in Disney. Bring it back. I want to see villains going through it. I still think that facility is the worst because it's literally dragging him to hell. I think we stopped having gruesome deaths at Did Brave come before or after Tangled? Because Mordu was crushed under a giant rock, and Gothel aged to death as she fell off a building. We stopped it with the gruesome deaths at either Brave or Tangled, because both of them came after The Princess and the Frog. And like, I'm not mad that they're like toning down the violence and stuff, because like, okay, I don't like this sort of sentiment that because like a lot of people have been talking about the watering down of themes, and like for example, right, somebody posted a clip of Quasimodo getting pelted with rotten fruit and stuff at the Festival of Fools when they found out that he was actually the Hunchback and stuff. Okay, Tangled was first, so it was Brave. We stopped at villain death. We stopped at villains dying in general. Actually, no, because like Wreck-It Ralph and stuff came out after. We stopped at Disney princess villains dying in general, and it's not as like spooky anymore. But no, somebody was talking about how like a lot of kids are apathetic these days and stuff, and it's just like, and somebody chalked it up to, well, a lot of shows aren't showing distressing moments that make you feel for the character anymore. And I'm like, yes they did. They had a villain, right? The crab was a villain. You don't necessarily have to be the main obstacle to be a villain. You just have to be somebody who's a dickhole without remorse. And the crab definitely is. I forgot the crab's name, I'm sorry. Because I'll just call him Shiny and call it a day. Well, yeah. Usually they have a villain be the main antagonist. And Moana, she had multiple antagonists, I feel. Yeah, I'm gonna forget him. That nigga is just a disco ball. Moana wasn't a movie I cared about, and I haven't seen it in years. Why would I remember? Like, it looked nice. I like the memes. But I haven't really cared for a Disney princess movie since. Mm. I'm literally searching my soul right now. I'm like, when the fuck have I given a fuck about a Disney princess? I say Brave. And even then, it took me watching the second time. Like, the first time watching the movie, I'm like, this is nice. And then, when folks were like, dick riding Frozen, I watched Brave a second time, and I'm like, see, I gotta kill you. Because, like, people were talking about, finally, a Disney movie that talks about, like, familial love as important and stuff. And people were bringing up Lilo and Stitch, and I get it because it's talking about two sisters. But I think that a lot of people don't bring up Brave. Because, like, they had the family member breaking the curse, the familial love breaking the curse first. And I actually like how they had a literal generational curse. Yeah, but with Mulan, it didn't have a curse involved. Even though familial love is a huge part of it. Right, because, like, I think about the live action film and why it pisses me off so badly. Because of how it ends up diminishing Mulan and her father's relationship. For whatever, I don't know what the hell they were doing. I don't know what the hell they were thinking. I'm just sitting here like, what the hell are you doing? They did everything wrong. You know that one author, that one non-binary author, Chinese author who serves cunt, Jiran. I can't remember how to. I think it's like Jiran Zhao. That's their name. How they got famous was shitting on the live-action Mulan movie. They were literally going through a list of all the things that were like culturally insulting about the Mulan film. And it got so huge, right? That video got so popular that they ended up becoming famous. And then ended up publishing a book. Ever since, I've been inspired to be a hater. Like, I want to hate so badly. I want to hate on something in such an immaculate way. That it ends up giving me accolades. I've got the ad break ended. You can do it for us, but I don't have the capacity like you do. What do you mean? Talk about hating? I want to hate so immaculate. I want to hate so profoundly, right? That it ends up putting me on the map. At the same time, though, I also have a problem with like being seen as different. I get scared because like I remember how I can't remember who said something about the way that I give critique, and I'm like, that's not me giving critique when I'm hating on something. Because whenever um you can still be nice to people and be a hater. For me personally, because like people have different definitions of hating, right? There's the hating where some people are just miserable ass bitches and they don't want to see other people experience joy. That's one strain of haterism, right? And then there's like the kind of hating where it's mostly like petty dissent. It's like petty discontent or something. And stuff. The kind of hating that I be on is more like frustration, and it's me speaking curses onto people in order to get that catharsis. Nah, you've hated on stuff before. Like my hating comes from a place of frustration with stuff. Because I only get to that point when I am like frustrated with something. I feel like it should be bigger. It should be bigger. Shit. Leaf. Hating for me is like a form of catharsis. My hating is usually like an expression of frustration. But like you should have heard me with Kiki. Kiki is like a new person, I think in Mocha server. And I was at the time they walked in on me talking to Trunks about like about Batman. I guess. Well, I was talking about Batman, and I was talking about how a lot of the ships are kind of ass. Some of the yaoi ships with Batman are kind of ass, and by kind of I mean really ass. But like, I feel like that's not me hating. I feel like whenever people talk about me hating, it's because of like my tone of voice. Because sometimes whenever I'm shitting on something, because like for me, it's a little bit of a difference between me shitting on something and downright hating. Actually, no, there isn't. But like, sometimes whenever I express my likes and dislikes, or particularly when I express my dislikes, I guess it's seen as like a form of emotional investment when no, because I don't like to give emotional investment to the things that I dislike. That gives me stress. So like whenever I express like a dislike or a certain boredom to something, that ends up being taken as me hating on the thing. And that's why I kind of worry about my tone of voice or like how I'm perceived with something, because of like misunderstandings where it's just like, oh, I feel like they don't like me because I like this thing. And it's just like, I didn't say that you couldn't like it. I'm saying that I don't. That's it. Actually, I dislike it. It's like I don't like this idea that I hated that whenever somebody says that they dislike something, everybody is just like, let people have fun. Unless that person is directly responding to you having fun, I think that people are allowed to dislike things. Like, somebody not liking the same thing that you do isn't going to stop you from enjoying it, because here you are saying, let people like things. It's not stopping you. You're not being impaired in any way. You're not. Right? Like, everybody is just like, people have their opinions, art is subjective, da 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 da, until somebody says that they're not vibing with the shit that's going on. And then half the time, it be stuff that's mainstream. Like, you are not being oppressed because one person in the entire fandom happens to not like this boring ass shit that happens to be the most popular thing in the fandom. You're not threatened in any way. And yes, I'm sounding specific because I tend to not. It's not necessarily that I tend to not like what's popular, but it's more like I realize I tend to be bored with a lot of popular stuff. And I don't know if that's like the Cuddles influence, although no, it's definitely not the Cuddles influence because I tend to be a lot more charitable with things. I wouldn't say that. I can never get to the level of bored as Cuddles. I told you about his origin story, right? Now, this dude was in a house that really didn't have cable and stuff, and he was usually watching the same DVDs over and over again. And ever since then, he's been a fucking villain in media conversations. It's like, I don't do comparative praise or anything. And I do try to take into consideration what the creator was trying to do at the time. I don't think that I could ever be on that level. But part of it is like realizations of like how I grew up and how I've had a lot of isolating experiences. It's not even a hatred of what's popular. It's not like, why the fuck is this thing popular? I still talk to Cuddle sometimes. Because he ended up going back to school to learn art, and he's asking for the same information that you are with stuff. And he's also having a hard time like breaking down certain concepts and stuff. I need to read through that observational drawing book to give you those notes because I think that's going to help. Because like my thing is, a lot of the problems with these classes is that they aren't teaching folks how to copy. I feel like if you can know how to copy whatever you see, if you know how to copy whatever you see, let me say, if you can know how to copy whatever you see as you see it, then you're still gonna struggle, but not nearly as much. The foundation of learning art is replication. The foundation of learning in general is replication. Like, that's how we learn language. We repeat what we hear. That's how we learn how to write, by copying the symbols and drilling and stuff. It's why, it's why music is so helpful. Well, Cuddles, he really doesn't have any artistic background. Excuse me. See. I was wondering what the hell I was gonna put down. I'm doing a hat. Yes, it's. There was something going on with like financial aid at one point, but I think it got resolved because he's in classes. Is it really that damn tall? It's giving high top at the moment. Things are going better. It's just getting through, I guess, getting through the learning process with some things. Gotcha. I'll let him know that you're proud of him. But like, some things, like earlier this month, I was having a hard time because it's June 1st, and it was just thinking about how I'm in that weird part. You know how people talk about um you know how people talk about their experiences with like homophobia and racism and stuff and how they feel bad about themselves. Isn't that I I may have felt frustration and stuff, but I haven't been like devastated when dealing with bigots concerning who I am. Because like I don't know, I guess I'm coming from a place of privilege. I come from a household that actually tries to instill confidence in what I am. I may experience frustration because nobody wants to go through discrimination in general, right? But it's also like not the end of the world as long as I still get to live, like as long as I'm not physically harmed. Because like I'll tell a bigot to kill themselves. I have no stake in the matter, right? But like what has really given me what's the word? A lack of confidence in myself is mainly how I'm like treated by people in the same demographic as me. Constantly being reminded, it's kind of obvious that you're not like other people when they're not in the same demographic as you, but constantly being reminded that you're like the odd one out, even in folks you're in the same demographic as. That's really what has been a sour point for me. And you know how everybody talks about like self-discovery and people talk about self-discovery and how that's like very eye-opening and stuff, and then it hasn't it's been whatever. Like I don't really feel any different about myself. I feel like in some ways I've traded some anxieties for others because hell, it's not even the biphobia that's getting to me, even though I find it very annoying. I find it very annoying. It's more like expectations of what I should be as a sapphic, because like a lot of sapphic relationships tend to be there's like it gets me how a lot of people are gay, but a lot of them aren't really queer because I keep seeing people reinventing gender roles with certain stuff. and like seeing certain traits that I have be depicted a certain way, it it's very concerning because I don't want to be that. But there's like this expectation that I need to be that, and it doesn't help that they often cross over with like the things that I was labeled as in like grade school. And it's just like, God damn it, I can't get away from it. So there's like that sense of, there's a sense of frustration with that. I have to give him a beard. I gotta draw 2 beards! Beards are hard. But I just take things one day at a time. I'm not going to fit people's expectations because I have no intention of doing so in the first damn place. Like, I don't want to be bothered with that shit. I feel like it's very exhausting. And I refuse with some things. But it's also like kind of difficult to navigate because of like that feeling of not wanting to be perceived, because that perception ends up being something that you really do not want. It's like a very special frustration that goes with that. I cry. But I'm taking things one step at a time. And I'm trying to find some joy with like stuff with what I am. Like, I've started to experiment with makeup more. And that's been nice. I just need more colors and stuff in my palette. Because all I got right now is like highlighter and blush. That's really carrying right now. Are you still there? Okay. That's pretty much how I feel about certain things right now concerning myself. Okay, Pharaoh! Does Pharaoh even have like any concept art with the hat off? Because maybe I would know how to make the locks fall under the hat. Sometimes knowing the point of reference helps. But yeah, sorry for rambling. It's like the past year has mainly been me having back-to-back revelations about myself, and a lot of them have been distressing. And I think that's because I'm like not in survival mode as frequently anymore. So now that I actually have time to think and reflect, it's just like, oh shit, this is what has happened to me. And I don't like it, but it's whatever, I guess. These are front locks. I gotta ask Atlas if he wants the head covering that Cars has, or does he want his hair out? I gotta ask, because I couldn't find it on his page, I don't think, or maybe I forgot. Did you find it, please? No, what else was I thinking about? At least now I feel a bit more comfortable with myself. I do need to talk to my mom about it, though. How long is his hair? Oh, it's not that long. I'll have some of it like come off his shoulders instead of just in the back. See. No, I don't need that. Actually, damn it, I can't use any of the references that I got. It's slavery. I gotta look at the main picture, and it's a bit hard to look at. What the fuck even are those? Do I have to watch the original clip? I guess I'll start with the loincloth. That's easy. Let's see. What am I thinking? Oh, did you send it? Okay. Yeah, that works. Thank you. Mm. Thank you. Aren't you awesome? Aren't you so wonderful? I'm sorry. Is that uncomfortable? Okay, positively. Because I'm just like, it goes with the wolf bit. He's like, who's my good baby? Who's my good boy? You're so awesome. For getting me that hair reference. And Pharaoh is hard to draw. All these dudes are hard to draw. Holy shit. You know how much time it took me to draw Atlas's ass? About 7 minutes. I like how I said, I want to be challenged. I want to draw more men, but also I need money. And Atlas just pulled up like, I bet. And I'm like, I love you for this. But I hate you for this. Holy shit. You're challenging me. I love and agonize. Oh, I love doing commissions because it every time it's an opportunity to learn, right? Or at least I try to see it as an opportunity to learn, even if it's something difficult. Which is why I say I've never done it before, but I can. Although I do try to practice other things on the side because like I don't want to be that kind of person. That's just like I need a financial incentive to like do something because like remember how we've had those conversations about okay, so I'm gonna get rid of the hat real quick because oh my god, he looks like comes around the corner rubbing hands like Birdman. Honestly, also for those who don't know who Atlas is, he's a very supportive person. He's just like, yeah, I'll give you money. And I'm like, thank you. So let's see, hairline. Yeah. Speaking of like being challenged with commissions, I need to talk to Basil again. Because I do want to have a day where, since they finally have 4-player for fucking Wizard with a Gun, I want to do it again. Because it could be you, me, Basil, and somebody else. And then we also got to give Mocha money in order to try to do the posse thing with her and Pharaoh. Yeah, I mean it platonically. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, sure, money. But, let's see, banks. Okay, let me move the beard up. Where is the beard? And then bangs, so I need to... Yeah, I'm weird where I have to know where things part in order to know how to, like... But this is sort of a bit better than what I was doing before anyway. I have this weird thing. Like, I'll sketch out the locks and stuff, like, one by one, and then I use Vigalia's brushes to do the locks. Because, I don't know. I have to draw out the whole thing whenever I'm doing the thing. I love this song so much. I like city funk, as y'all could tell by the playlist that I have. It's not the only thing that I have. I should add some like breakcore, maybe, but I feel like this is the. I feel like city funk is like the perfect combo of say, energetic but still chill. Because like technically breakcore is a little bit more stressful. Like, I feel like this is a happy medium between energetic but still somewhat chill because it's just background dance music. Yay, and it still fits under the hat. Alright, awesome. Thank you. Thank you for the head pat. Okay, close. Save. And all I gotta do is do accessories. He has a vest on. I'm cold. I think after I finish Pharaoh, I'm gonna end it for tonight because I have some other stuff to do. And I did kind of start late at craft. Okay, he's got a vest on. I need to actually look at that clip real quick. This is the awakening scene. Because I realized that the outfits that they wear after are more like armor of sorts. Shit. I forgot. Oh wait, man. But oh, she's live right now. That's cool. America, yeah. One day, when I actually have Ponko ready, I at least have a general shape of him. So that helps. I forgot, what was I gonna get again? Maybe I should include his? No, because Woman has his own earrings. Yeah, these are some pretty big ass earrings. It's like, how long have I wanted to have something like Ponko? For a bit. Because I like having the little pet mascots. I've loved it ever since Monster High. And technically Bratz, because Bratz also did that. Because remember, Jade had a cat. Sasha had a bunny. Chloe had a flying pig, because you know her nickname was Angel, and Yasmin had a frog. And then with Monster High, Claudine's Pet Crescent. I need to make this a different color. Claudine's Pet Crescent. Frankie's Pet What's It. Julia's Pet Sir Hoots a Lot. I think Cleo had a snake. I know Deuce got a two-tailed mouse named Perseus, who his mom hates. Because of the name. I'm like, now that I think about it, was he mad at his mom? Actually, now that I think about it, like, okay, technically Deuce would be the son of Medusa, right? But not necessarily, because, like, Gorgons are a whole species. What if his mom isn't actually Medusa? She's just a Gorgon, and, like, Perseus is, like, heavily disliked in the Gorgon community. I don't know, that would be something different. I gotta look at this screenshot. Okay, so he has tassels with gold coming from them. How does it look again? Sometimes I draw the whole thing, even if I know it's under something, so I can see where the point of reference is. Plus, when I do the line art, I'm not going to show it anyways. So I just need to draw the vest. But yeah, I like the idea of having a little pet, you know? I think it'd be cute. And something different. This works. Okay. Girl changes earrings for this cosplay. Yeah. Plus, I feel like the round ones are easier to read than the longer gold ones. Okay. Atlas, you shall go neglected. So probably this weekend when I have more free time. I like how this is coming along. I know, it's just funny to think about. Yeah. Poor Atlas. He's so bare right now. Get it? He's so bare. I'm so lame. I'm so lame. Okay. But I guess we're done for tonight. Let's see. Not you pulling a damn Raja. That's what you get. The sound alerts is broken tonight. I don't know why. Apparently there was an update. And yep. We love Scuff Stream. I'm gonna cry. But it's whatever. Thanks to everybody who showed up. This was nice being back and talking and stuff. Tune in tomorrow evening where me and Zivia play Wizard with a Gun. And we start shooting the crap out of people. Because, not only have they done a 4-player update, they've added some additional lore things as well, so we'll see when we get there. But, yeah. Y'all stay above the water. Have a good night.